Started with marches. Today for cardio, we are doing glute kicks and also doing squat punches. Twenty seconds, we'll get going with glute kicks. All right. Glute kicks. All right, we can go ahead and march. Squat punches are next. All right, so we'll do a mini squat and then we'll do 2 punches out. Squat and punch. So, all right. So starting with the lower body, we're going to be at our desk. By plank angle, we are going to start with donkey kicks first. We'll do 30 seconds each leg. All right, so bend one knee, and you're going to pump your leg up towards the ceiling. Make sure you have a tight core. All right, you can march. All right, back to the desk. We'll do the other leg. Awesome. All right, so next, again, we're going to get our desk and we're doing, instead of kicking out, we're going to go out to the side. 30 seconds each leg again. All right, tight core, bent knee, coming out to the side. Awesome. And we'll march. All right, back to our desk. Bent knee going out to the side. All right, we're back to cardio. And we've got 2 more exercises to do for the lower body. All right, glute kicks are first. All right, here we go. Pick up the pace a little bit with this one. Amazing, let's march. Squat punches are next. All right, squat and punch out. Awesome job. All right, next 2 things for the lower body. We're going to start with reverse lunges. So we'll do one side at a time, 30 seconds. And then we'll also do side lunges. Now we'll finish up the lower body. All right, we'll take a big step back, go down, and then come back to center. Most of the weight should be in that front leg. If you need to hold on to something, feel free to. Also, march. All right, same thing, other side. Awesome, and we'll march. All right, last thing for lower body, we're doing lateral lunges. So we're just gonna step out the side and lunge like that. Right, whichever leg you want to start with, we'll do both. All right, so take a big step out to the side and lunge down. Again, feel free to hold on to something if you need to. Awesome, we'll march. All right, big step out and lunge. All right, amazing. Let's march. All right, we've got another round of cardio to do, and then we are moving on to the core. Glute kicks are first. Pick up the speed. Here we go. Awesome, we'll march. We've got squat punches next. All right, so squat, punch out. Amazing. All right, so for core, we are going to start with cross chops. We're going to go high to low, really twisting that core, nice and engaged. We'll do two sides, and then we'll go to our chair and do some leg lifts. All right, do high to low. Really make sure you're getting that nice rotation, like you're swinging an axe. Awesome job. March. Right. High to low, other side. Sorry, got confused. Amazing. All right. So next one, we're going to use our chair. If you have a chair with armrests, use that. Those are going to help us out. Great. 3 different directions for this one. We are going to start by just crunching one leg. We'll hold one back here on our chair. We'll just crunch. So just the right leg for now. Really make sure you're crunching down on your core. Awesome. Let's take a 30-second marching break. All right, take a seat. We'll do the left leg now. So another marching break, and then we'll do both legs together. So really want to use your arm rests for this one. Let's have a seat. Good grip on the armrest. We'll do both legs together. Amazing. All right, we can get the chair out of our way, and we'll march and do another thing of cardio. All right, glute kicks. All right, amazing. Squat punches are next. And we'll get into some upper body. All right, squat and punch. Amazing. All right, last thing for today, we are just going to do the I's, T's, and Y's arm pulses. 30 seconds each direction. There'll be no marching break in between. Might do 2 rounds depending on how much. All right, so start with eyes, pulsing towards the back, squeezing your shoulder blades as you do so. Take a lot of time for 2 rounds. All right, doing T's. All right, and Y's. Amazing. All right, so we'll march. And we'll do 1 more round, and we'll get into some stretching. And for this round, we're going to add that half pulse. All right, starting with eyes, squeezing the shoulder blades, and do that half pulse. Some T's. And Y's. All right, amazing. All right, we are going to march slowly for the next 30 seconds. Try to get the heart rate down and do nice deep breathing, and then we'll get to our stretches. All right, so first thing for stretching we are going to do today is the quad stretch. So definitely hold on to something. We're just going to go ahead and grab our foot with our leg, hang nice and loose, slowly ease into that stretch, and we will hold it, still deep breathing. All right, we can let that one go, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. All right, we can let that go. Amazing. Next one we're going to do is a chest stretch. So you're going to interlock your fingers behind your back and push behind you towards the back of the room. We lift our heads up. Amazing. You can option to bend over, do a front fold with that chest stretch, or you can let the chest stretch go. All right, go ahead and let go of your fingers by way of your lower back. We've got one more to do. We're just going to do a nice side stretch for our core. All right, so you can either stretch over the chair or use your thigh. Do it this way. We can go ahead and switch sides. All right, last stretch. Right, you can let that go, and that will do it for today. Appreciate you guys coming. Hope to see you all Wednesday and have a